What is up? Welcome back. It's Aaron Giannetti. We're going to look at one of my favorite standing chokes. I like doing standing chokes. It's fun. Takes like all the effort out of having to take somebody down and then submit them. But I've actually hit this on a lot of people. It's super quick and cheap. But I also use it's kind of like my giant slayer. So that's like why I have one of our giants here as far as that goes. So I play a lot of like head control, like half collar tie, heavy on the head. Usually big guys, you know, they don't necessarily get baited if they've been around long enough. They don't necessarily get baited super far into like me being able to pull their head down and set this up. But we'll talk about ways to actually get that to set. But what I'm going to do here with my hand on the back of his head is I'm going to pull his head down and I'm going to start to put it like pretty much right where my chest is at. And then what I'm doing is I feed the other arm right across his throat. I'm just going to come up and I'm going to match and grab. It's not even necessarily going to be bicep. It's going to be kind of like looped inside. Kind of like same configuration if you went for a loop choke, but I'm going to be hitting that reverse into this position here into my hand. So as I'm going to tuck his head under, I'm going to punch this arm through nice and deep, and I'm going to start to feed it up into here. I get my fingertips together, compress everything in. I kind of like push my chest down, go to drive nice and tight there, right? So again, I have his head, I'm gonna pull, boom, like suck him in real tight, bang, punch him through, and I'm immediately feeding this hand together to get my loop. And then again, I'm gonna push down, I'm gonna drive my chest down, and then I'm gonna think about crawling this hand through. There's gonna get my tap. It's pretty much right across. It's like a jacked up reverse no-gi loop choke / weird guillotine setup. I don't know, it's weird. But the thing is, most people aren't just going to let you hit this. Now, if you do have like a bully that's just like pushing in and you kind of play down deep with him real low, bait him to go low, then I can pop up and I can go ahead and shoot this in. But what I'll oftentimes do is I'll just throw this in with like a really cheap kind of like attempt at a foot sweep. So I'll be holding in on the bicep here and I'm just going to come in, I'm going to chop at his legs, right? And as he goes to pull his legs back, I'm going to pull his head forward. Punch my arm through, set my choke, and there's my shot there. That's one good way to do it. Another way that I'll do it, if I can't maybe reach to his backside, so maybe he's got that left foot super far back, he's base forward with his right, is I'll go and either attack on this side, or I'll even just like step and pivot him out, right? So he wants to pull his hips back. Again, staying heavy on the head, not letting him punch his head back up. I'm gonna drive my way back over, bang, punch that arm in, start to loop the hands together, get my finish. It's super fast, it's super cheap. In the very least, it gets them like terrified to put their head back down. So you have a good kind of like heavy position. You can get somebody to stand upright if they've been bullying at you. So one last time, just look at the actual choke. Pulling through, punching this arm. Boom. Big and solid in this way. And then what I'm essentially looking to do is really just like punch my fist up past my elbow. If I can loop my hands together, thumbs up. But the real like pressure is coming from this chest inside the armpit. Pull yourself down that way. Have some fun, play around with it. Choking people standing is awesome. It's quite possibly the best thing you possibly ever do, ever, because it's awesome. See you guys next time.